Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, and so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show. Booyah!
Yeah! Welcome on in to the Emoni Bates reaction show.
Oh my God in heaven. You're going to go already.
Yes. I'm your host, G. Bush.
Yeah.
I'll be the MC for tonight. And we'll kick it off to Jason Lloyd immediately and get to these analysis.
You said Emoni Bates or Tracy McGrady?
A little T-Mac in there.
Well, Tracy McGrady is.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Boy, look better than Kevin Durant.
G, you're going to need reconstructive ACL surgery on them knee-jerk knees by the time we get to April.
Hey, can you imagine every step back, this right leg goes way over there? My mom was like, what's going on with you? I'm like, my knee, it won't act right. He keep pulling up for these threes.
Apparently, Steve Becker decided to put all of the best golfers on the panel today. It's nice to know that my talent, has not gone unnoticed.
Yes.
Your talent for launching golf clubs is well documented.
We got a great show coming up. Mikey McNuggets is doing his golf network thing. So he's going to be a correspondent. Is that still called Firestone?
Yes.
Okay.
Firestone Country
Firestone,
Club.
yes. They won't let me in yet, but I will get there.
I would just like to say this is when we throw to Mike and he can introduce himself down there at Kaulig. The internet went out on him already, so he is reconnecting into VMix. It's going to be a great morning, everybody.
Hey, I know, Mike, listen, he back there frustrated. He's over there. You know how Mike be getting that one look where one eye is bigger than the other one? And you be like, Mikey, calm down. Listen, I don't know what happened. The internet just dropped. He'll be back up in a second. We'll talk to him. There he is. Look, he's
is that him?
That's him. He was looking at it at his bandwidth. He's down there reading that meter.
He's looking at his megs per second.
I mean, this is 3 megabytes per second. It's not gonna work here, G. So we gonna get. He got a lot of people down there at the Kaulig and Companies golf outing. How many people you got coming up? I think you got 3 or 4 interviews, right?
We got 3 interviews today. So our first interview is going to be at 11:20. Then 11:30, and then we got one coming in at 12:30. So it's going to be a bit of a choppy show for everybody, but we'll get you through it.
Yeah, so let me, as I pulled my rundown out, we got a lot of good stuff besides that coming up. We kind of teased and laughed and joked about it, but we will talk about the Cavs Summer League. Couple of guys playing decent. Sam Merrill, Emoni Bates played well. And we'll talk to Jason Lloyd about Isaiah Mobley as well. Can he really dribble the ball better than his brother? They look like they run offense through him for some reason.
Through Isaiah?
Yeah, he be getting touches and everything.
Well, again, Summer League is like whose line is it anyway? Nobody keeps scoring. The points don't matter. So.
It matters to a certain. Do you know how many dudes that's probably won't make an NBA roster, but if they go out there and drop 30 for the rest of their life, they're going to tell their kids that they Victor Wembanyama dunked on him.
Punched
What you
on
mean?
him.
What you talking
I don't
about?
even remember what that dude's name is. The dude that got him?
Yeah, I don't know his name.
tripping?
But look, Carter Oop dunked on him. He's supposed to be the #1 pick in the draft, but I dogged him.
Yeah,
Dude might be
they'll
out of the
tell that.
league.
You're right about
Dude
that.
might be a
He will
substitute
tell
teacher
that.
one day. Like, hey, let me tell you about the time I dunked on the guy who they said was the best prospect to ever come to the NBA.
Listen, man. Hey, listen. Is Jay coming up? Jay Crawford, is he going to be interviewing up here? Or
He's
He'll
tomorrow.
be there tomorrow. Is the
Oh,
plan.
okay. Oh, he on vacation. Jay will be up here
He on
getting his
vacation.
money off again. He'll come in and interview all of the other important people.
I haven't seen Jay so long, I don't even know what he looked like no more.
It has been a long time since
I ain't
saw him.
seen Jay in so long.
He's out on his boat sailing the world.
He's doing his thing, man.
Must
He's
be
doing-
Or
nice.
at least Lake Erie.
Yeah.
And then we get to a couple other stories. There was a huge story with the Northwestern, Pat Fitzgerald, who, I can't believe I'm getting this old, but I remember when he used to play middle linebacker.
Yeah.
And he kind of was there. He was like a mainstay. He was one of the guys that, you know how you get somebody as a head coach, you thought they're going to always stay there because they are like probably the institution.
Mm-hmm.
So he, was at Northwestern, middle of the road team, very hard academics to get into. A big story came out about hazing and alleged, there's alleged, players coming out talking about fostering an atmosphere for racism. And I was like, wow, generally speaking, my defensive court, my coach, my D-line coach, after he left OU, went to Northwestern. And from what I've heard, a lot of people, including Greg Newsom, have always said that he looks like a stand-up dude, never had anything, crazy happen. But there's a story, we'll get into that in the meat and potatoes of it, but he was fired, fired yesterday. So we'll get into that and see what happened with the Pat Fitzgerald story. Really big story in the NCAA as well. What else are we missing? Oh, baseball. We talked about the home run derby, correct?
Yeah, we're actually going to start talking about home run derby from last night. We got some time to kill. So were you more excited going into this home run derby than you were for the dunk contest for NBA All-Star Weekend this year?
No. No.
Well, let's first start by saying, guys, either one of them moved the needle for you.
The dunk contest is 20 years past its prime.
I said that yesterday.
Yeah, there's nothing original about it anymore. Everything's been done. They really should abolish it. So for that reason, yeah, I like the home run derby better because at least it's more. It's the same thing over and over again, but at least it's more enjoyable to me than the dunk contest. Julio Rodriguez hit 40-something home runs.
I
in one
can't
round.
believe
That's insane.
Wait,
That's
I can't
crazy.
believe you sitting here saying that a white man won the dunking contest this past year. And you not happy about that? I don't care. Wow, Billy Hoyle won the dunk contest and you wasn't excited?
No. Why would I care what a white dude won it?
It's very difficult.
Look at that. Look at Billy. Billy Ho.
Matt McClone.
You know what? That's more proof they need to do away with it.
And
When you got dudes that look like me winning it, it's time to go.
and doing it at a high level. You know what? I think what messed, for the dunk contest, I think what messed the dunk contest up was, it got to a point where, and I blame it on LeBron. We're blaming everything on LeBron. He didn't get in a dunk contest. Now, I know why he didn't get in a dunk contest, because he's not creative. LeBron just jumps really high and slams really hard. It wasn't like he had, even when you watch him in the Gatorade dunk contest at high school All-American, McDonald's All-American game, he really didn't do nothing crazy. He just made his dunks and dunked really hard and jumped from really far back. But when the stars stopped getting in it, it
killed it.
It killed it. It's done.
Michael did it. Dominique did it. Kobe did it.
Kobe did it
here.
Tracy, Vince Carter did it. It was like we had the guys that was doing it.
So if Victor Wembanyama gets into it with that, move the needle?
Well, he's
Well,
7.
no, because he just stands and goes like that.
He's 7'5".
So what is he can't do it because he's 7'4"?
It's not as exciting when you're 3/4 of the way to the hoop before you leave the ground.
Yeah.
It could do some amazing stuff. He could just wham. I think I'm for it. Victor, you better get in the dunking contest. You'll be the first 7'4", 7'5" guy to ever do it. You'll do some stuff that nobody could even fathom of doing. Gerald Green blew a candle out. You could do that just standing straight up.
That's right.
Crazy.
That's right.
Hey, actually, Mikey McNuggets is available now, is he not? I'm hearing that.
He is, and I'm curious, would he participate in the dunk contest?
Yeah, I can't dunk. That's never going to happen, guys. But I also would never participate in a long drive contest. Golf is not my forte, but today I am out in Akron at the famous Firestone Country Club at the Kaulig Companies Championship golf event, which gets underway later this week. We have 3 interviews at a minimum lined up throughout the show for you guys with some participating golfers in this event, including one who's pretty good friends with Tiger Woods. Hopefully we'll get some good stories from him later on, but the first one's scheduled for 11:20, so in about 10 minutes I'll be joining you guys again with a live interview with a participating golfer here in the Kaulig Companies Championship. It's quite the event. They went all out setting this up. It is a beautiful course, and I can't wait to see and hear from these guys about what they expect coming up in the week. So I'll see you guys when I have a golf ready to talk, and until then, back in the studio.
You got a food tent? Y'all got a hospitality tent?
Is there a food tent? Yeah, there's a food tent. So I haven't found it yet, but there's a food tent here somewhere.
Do they got gloves there? Just so, it might be a little slippery. It's hot out there today. It might be a little sweat.
Yeah, I'll ask them about holding on to the golf club and whether any of them have ever thrown it into the river like you have, Tyvis. I'll make sure it's the first question I ask.
You'll be surprised to find out.
I'm going to find that tweet. We're going to do a live reaction. I'm going to show each. And I'm going to find that tweet. We're going to do a live reaction. I'm going to show each of the golfers your golf swing. I'm going to find that tweet.
What's wrong
and we'll get some live reactions. Epic.
I think
golf fail, Tyvis. I'll make sure I get that up. Thanks for reminding me. That's a great idea.
That information don't need to be shared any more than what it already has been. To me, it never happened.
What about your muscle memory would
You
force
brought it
you
up.
to release the club?
So when you I was ready to make contact.
Yeah.
So when you make contact, you tend to squeeze up. It's like playing football. When you're about to hit somebody, people tense up.
Yeah.
So when I didn't make contact, I never gripped it harder because I didn't hit the ball. So it just took off.
I mean, I've thrown a lot of golf clubs in my life, but they were all intentional.
Yeah, we got to it, for real. Hey, Mikey. Hey, I'm sad you're not in. The first thing I did is me and Jason was texting, and Jason had texted me last night telling me how impressed with Emoni Bates he was last night.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Really, Steve?
There we go.
Steve?
There we go.
Steve hates me. Yeah. I think it's really
Bates was really good yesterday, G. By far his best of the 3 games. His efficiency was significantly better, and I went through and did a little tracking of his game notes, and the number of passes and the number of shots he passed up to get a better look was double the first 2 games combined. So step by step progress, and definitely his best of the 3 games so far.
Mikey, while you're here, we literally told this man last week this was going to happen. We literally told him he's going to go to Vegas and ball out. He's going to have a 20-point game, and everyone's going to lose their mind. And that's exactly what has happened.
I told you that. And you know what I told you? I said, as soon as he get them 21, I'm going to be on the internet going crazy, doing the knee shake.
The knees.
My knees are moving right now. Oh my gosh, my knees.
I thought it was Tracy McGrady, McNuggets.
Oh, Lord, help me.
Listen, T-Mac is a Hall of Famer. Emoni Bates has yet to play a minute in a real NBA game, so let's pump the brakes on the T-Mac comparison. But he looked good yesterday. Certainly was his best of the 3 games by far. And anytime you score 20-plus points on 12 shots, you have a lot to be proud of.
I like it. Anthony, what you got, man?
Mike, before you go, I have one question from Director Steve. What's up with the little fan in front of you?
It's
a
a
microphone?
Yeah, it's a microphone.
I thought it was a fan, too.
It's
looks like one of those little...
I thought it was a
snowballs.
golf ball. I thought it was a golf ball.
There it is. Shout out to the
Little Yeti snowball microphone. Shout out Yak.
That's pretty wild looking.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. It ain't even bad neither. It ain't even bad.
I'm glad they got good internet out there for you, too.
Yeah, about that. But it's working. It's good enough. The Ethernet, we had a little issue with the Ethernet, so I'm on Wi-Fi, but I'm on the show right now. So guess what? We got 3 interviews coming, whether you guys like it or not. And we're talking more golf than we ever have on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show today because it is the Kaulig Companies Championship. We love Kaulig Companies. They're the best. They got some swag here that I can't wait to finagle my way into.
Bring me
and I'm
some
definitely
golf
going to
balls
find the boot camp between interviews, so be ready.
Bring me some golf balls back so I can hit in the water.
I know that's
I'll do my best.
That grab bag gonna be great. We appreciate you, McNuggets. We'll talk to you soon. Let us know when you got somebody. Yeah, they're going to have that nice grab bag out there, Anthony. They're going to have a couple shirts in there. And they talk about they got concerts. I'm confused. They've never released who was at the concert, though. Like, they didn't say exactly who was performing.
You talking about that Firestone?
Yeah, they got some, like, every day they're supposed to have a concert.
Really?
Yeah.
That is in the ad read, yeah.
It is in the ad read.
Is it really?
You don't listen to me when I do the ad
No,
read,
I
do you?
don't. I really don't.
No, we ain't
That's
doing
like the 5. That's like the 15 seconds that I just
Shut
be
the
in
brain
my-
off.
Yeah.
I guess we were talking about the Derby a little bit. I think when you hit those, people understand that takes a lot of stamina. Like, these dudes are swinging the bat very hard for long periods of the time. Now, do I think it's still long? Yes. There's a lot of rounds, man. They doing these rounds and swing. I've always thought that the best part of it would be is if you gave them metal bats and see how far they could hit it.
See how many people they could kill. Because there will be murders. I'm not kidding. Like,
Did anybody see the kid get hit in the head yesterday?
No.
Let me go find that tweet. Hold on.
Really?
So you feel like even if it's in the stands and they see it
Oh
coming.
my God, gee.
Why would they not be alert, though?
They see it coming.
It don't matter. There will be murders in that stadium if you give these. You don't understand. The high school kids, okay? The high school kids. When All-Star was here a couple years ago, they did a home run derby with the high school kids with aluminum bats. The high school kids were hitting the freaking scoreboard at Progressive Field multiple times. Now put that bat in Aaron Judge's hands. It's manslaughter.
I mean, it's gone. It's
Like,
it's gonna
it's
go.
hitting the
It's on the
rock
highway. It's gonna hit some car on the highway.
They're like hitting the ball over the stadium. Like,
Can't do that.
You would want to see it though. One time. Just do it one time.
So let me show you guys this
all
video
right, let me catch it.
of this kid trying to catch, and he took it right off the head. Imagine if this is a metal bat.
He shouldn't have been standing there.
Oh.
Just lasered.
What
Hey,
his
hold on. Bring that back. I got to see it on this side.
And he's got a glove in his hand. A lot of good.
Now, hold on. Now, Jason, you know a lot of them kids is in an 11-year-old league, and they don't even play traveling ball. They know good well they don't know how to turn the glove over from this way to this way. No wonder he almost died in
That kid will never play the outfield again after this moment. This is not for me.
That is not.
He looked like Director Steve as a kid.
Let me see how you did that. You see Steve? Man, you know what? Hey, man, hey.
That's how Steve looked.
Get him together. Get him together. No, I don't know. We'll see who ended up winning. Look, he just dropped a bomb on that one. Put it on a remix.
Funny.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, that's fine. It happens to the best of them. I can't wait till one of these pro golfers tell you that they did the same thing.
No one's ever gonna say that.
You listen. The good thing is there's nowhere for me to go but up from here. So rock bottom.
Oh my goodness.
What's up next on the docket, Anthony?
Well, we're waiting for Mike to get his first interview in here. Did you guys watch and did you see who won the home run derby?
Vladdy
did.
Vladdy Jr.
I be having this thing where I pass out now. I don't know why. I be just like wide awoke and be like, and woke out. My mom and dad was visiting.
Narcolepsy? What's it called?
Yeah, narcolepsy.
You got that?
Man, this is crazy. Them first 2 rounds.
This is not a loop, by the way.
Hey, them first 2 rounds was crazy.
He looked like me.
The most impressive I thought was Julio Rodriguez's first round. That was just absolutely insane.
I mean, the first 2 rounds was crazy.
Yeah, right there.
I mean,
41 home runs in the first round and doing it at home. There's more pressure on you to do it in front of the home crowd.
What's the record?
He's not even looking at the ball. He's not even. He's just bow.
What's the record?
I don't know. It's good for a total for the
No,
night
just
or
for
one round.
round. One round.
Boy, that might be it. I don't remember anyone hitting more than 41 since they went to this format. I like
that look like me. That's exactly how I swing.
With the golf club or with a bat?
Bad.
I like the change to. It's been a few years now to the time and the extra time for the longer home runs. Before it really took a long time before.
Yeah.
When it was, they could be more particular about the pitch. What's so important about this, and you're seeing it now, is who's throwing you the pitches. It's so crucial. And we saw that with Polar Bear last night with the Mets. I forgot his name. First baseman with the Mets, who won it here in Cleveland.
Alonso?
Yeah, Pete Alonso. And, they were talking about last night that the guy who was thrown to him, they never had a chance to work together before. His previous two guys who he was going to use couldn't go, so the guy that they rolled in there, and he was throwing like curves at him and sliders down and away, and he couldn't get any lift on the ball.
See, everybody knows when you play high school baseball, you got a dude that you mess with, that y'all got a routine going. Y'all get there early after school, and he throws to you. He knows exactly where to throw it so you can get a good look. Boom, boom, he grooves it in there. Yep. Not too much of the extra stuff.
Middle of the plate,
yep.
And Julio and Vladdy like it a little bit in, and you could see especially Julio's guy who was pitching to him, it was just in the same spot.
Same spot.
And the quickness of it, there wasn't much of a delivery. It was just short arm and boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
For the record, by the way,
paid off.
Julio set the record, 41, beating Vladdy's 40 from 2019.
That's a lot of home.
That was here.
That is a lot
2019
of home
was
runs,
that was
man.
Vladdy's round here in Cleveland.
God,
that's nuts.
41 home runs in 4 minutes,
In
right?
4 minutes, 3 minutes and plus bonus
I
time.
probably could go for 42.
Standing on second base.
42.
We got Mikey McNuggets. He back up
We
already.
do. We have Mikey McNuggets ready. Mike, are you ready?
Yeah, we are good. IT guy just gave us a thumbs up. I'm joined now by Billy Andrade. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Close enough. And he is participating this week in the Kaulig Companies Championship. Billy, first off, thanks for joining the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. You are the first professional golfer to ever join the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
Oh, my gosh. I am so honored.
Where does that rank on the list of your tremendous resume of accomplishments?
I would say we can put it right into the top 5. How's that?
Hey, that is an honor for us, and we're honored for you to be here. It is obviously the Kaulig Companies Championship week. We are finally here. We've been promoting this now for months. Does it feel real? Is it kind of set in that this is this tournament? I know it's between two majors, but has finally set in. And how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, I got here a little early. I came to the Steph Curry's Ambassador Golf Award on Saturday night. Played yesterday in a small pro-am on the South Course. Couldn't believe the condition the golf course was in. It's just absolutely perfect. And this is our biggest tournament. Besides, obviously, the USGA has the US Open, the PGA of America has the PGA, Senior PGA, and the British the same. But for us, the PGA Tour, the Senior Players Championship is our biggest event. So to play it here on an iconic course in a hard course like Firestone is awesome. To have Kaulig as our new sponsor here is tremendous. They've done such a great job, and it's going to be a great partnership with them. So we're all excited. This is our biggest event on a golf course that proves year in and year out the best player usually wins this. You can't fake it around Firestone. You got to be on all aspects of your game. So it's going to be a great week, and I'm really excited.
They call it the Monster.
It's a monster.
Why? Does it live up to its name?
Oh my gosh, it's a beast. I think it's the hardest golf course in the United States. You have to drive it straight. You can even hit it in the fairway and have a problem with trees, that are overhanging some of the greens. 18 is a perfect example. Pins back left. You can hit it in the fairway down the left side and you're gonna have to hook it around the tree to get it onto the green with a 8, 9 iron, whatever the club is. So it's a very, 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 very difficult golf course. The rough, I've seen it higher here. It's not as high, but that still doesn't matter. You still have to control your ball, and then once you get on the greens, then it's a whole nother deal in trying to figure out which way these balls break and try to make some putts.
What's your favorite hole on this golf course?
My favorite hole, let's see. There's a lot of good ones. I think 18 is just, it's just the hardest, fairest, toughest. But I really like it. I love seeing the last hole in majors be, a very, very difficult hole. We're watching the U.S. Open this year. The USGA had a big wide fairway on 18 at LA Country Club, and it just isn't the same. Where when the player has a chance to win, and you're on that 18th tee, and you have to pipe one, it brings out the best in you. You have to do it. So I would say 18 is the hardest, but also is the hole that I think that I like the most.
We got two more, but first, Billy, does this course suit your game, or do you have to adapt and kind of adjust to suit the course?
Well, I'll tell you, I haven't had a whole lot of success here. I played a little better, I think, on the weekend and on Sunday last year, but it should. I mean, I'm fairly straight off the tee. I can get it up and down, but so far it hasn't worked out.
This will be the year then.
I'm on this show first. And then now being on the show, now I'm going to have the luck of the Ohioans.
Yes, absolutely.
And maybe this will propel me to greatness.
Billy, if you could give one tip to aspiring golfers out there, maybe a young guy, maybe a former NFL player who hasn't golfed that much in his life, what's one tip you would give a viewer or someone on the panel to improve their game?
Work on your short game, just inside of 100 yards. Don't really work on your full swing right away. Learn how to chip, learn how to putt, learn how to get the ball in the hole, and then work backwards from there, and then work on your long game and try to be able to hit drives. But if you're just starting the game out, if you can just spend a lot of time with your short game, you're going to do just fine.
And I asked that because we have someone on the panel today. And Steve, if you get the tag board of Tyvis' swing ready, Tyvis played in the NFL for 4 years. He's on the show right now. And if we could get his golf swing, we'll get a live reaction and analysis from a professional golfer. So, Steve, when you're ready, here's Tyvis. Make sure you keep an eye on the club.
Oh dear.
You see that go all the way into the pond right there, Billy? It'll replay in a sec, but
that is awesome.
Take a lot of talent to do these things.
He missed the ball, and the club's in the lake.
That's
awesome. Not his club. He borrowed the club.
That's even better. I think that's fantastic.
Hey.
Wait, just keep doing that, kid.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You see that?
I like the way you release the club. That's what you need to do. You're not holding on to it really tight, which is another key. You're doing everything right. Just make sure when you release the club to the left, there's no people or maybe, a house or something like that. But if it's not your club, then you're doing the right thing.
I need a recommendation. I'm trying to get on tour soon. So, maybe you could write me a recommendation to get on.
I'll tell you this. We'll love to have you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm like Happy Gilmore.
Tom, as you get a partner, I got Billy. We'll play twos for a little bit of money, all right?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Long as my partner can be Tiger Woods.
I'll take Billy
any day
of the week. So, Billy, appreciate you making the first stop on the UCSS tour, and best of luck this week. Moving forward, guys, we'll be back in about 5 minutes with another interview with a competing partner here in the Kaulig Companies Championship. But for now, see you in a sec.
Mike, appreciate you. We'll check back in with you really quickly. To me, I've always gone back and forth about whether golf is the hardest sport.
It's baseball.
I think hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do.
I think hitting a moving target is.
But what these guys can do on the golf course is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
When I think I mentioned this before, when the World Series of Golf used to come to Firestone every year, I walked 18 with Tiger, one of his rounds.
Did you really?
Well, yeah, because they give you ropes access, so you can get inside the ropes, so you can get inside the gallery.
Okay.
It's not like I'm talking to him on it and guiding him on every shot, but you just walked around with him.
Okay.
So it was fascinating just to watch how they think and how they set up shots and the next shot and everything. But he hit a shot, I think it was with a 7-iron, and it was 6-iron or 7-iron or something like that, and it went directly over my head. And Tyvis, it sounded like a jet taking off. Like, I've never heard a golf ball sound like that. It was incredible. And I will never forget that sound that ball made coming off his club. I never made a ball sound like that. With an iron, no less. Not even a
what
drive.
year was this? This was Young Tiger.
This would have been 2012.
Okay.
2013, 2011,
So this
2012,
before
2013.
all the stuff happened.
I was just trying to think about that. I think it was before.
Yeah.
I think it was before all that. But it's a beautiful course. Firestone is an incredible course. It's a pleasure. I would encourage you just to go out and just enjoy the day and walk the course.
You think they let me play on it?
No.
No, they're not getting that off.
Why?
You have to.
Why?
You have to know a member.
Why?
You have to know a member to get.
You don't think I'm good enough? That's the thing. Y'all, nobody knows. Y'all look at a video and y'all just say, oh, he's not good. That's not the case.
Well, based on that video, we could draw pretty good conclusions there.
Well, I think if us three was to hit a golf course and we go whoever closest to the hole, I think I'd win.
Close on how many shots?
One.
On one shot.
One shot.
Closest to the hole.
Yeah. Obviously, we doing a par three.
On a par three.
Yeah.
Tyvis.
I think I got you.
I'm
not a great golfer.
I'm telling y'all. and if I get to the green, I'm money on the green.
Hey, this man. Let's transition to somebody that actually in this lifetime and in this reality are hitting the balls on the green in Akron. McNuggets has his next interview up. What's up, McNuggets?
We are back, and we have back-to-back golfers on the show. We had our first ever Billy Andre a few minutes ago. Now we got Matt Gogol the second. You know what they say? First is the worst, Matt. Second's the best. So we have high expectations for Matt Gogol here. And Matt is making his return to the course after a month off, you were just telling me.
Yeah, well, tournament play. I've been vacationing. I've got two college kids. We're all in the same boat. We're all old guys now. We're all over 50 years old. So I've got a couple going off to college. So we're spending time with them before they head off in August. And now it's time to get back to work.
It's got to be a good job.
Golfing, right? Play here and then play over in Wales in 2 weeks.
So this tournament is kind of sandwiched between two of the majors on the senior tour here.
This is a major.
Excuse me, I read the notes wrong. This is the major because at the Monster, duh. This course is unbelievably hard.
Yeah, well.
I'm driving in and looking at some of the hole placements and some of the trees and some of the lies you have to get through. How do you guys play this?
Well, my last time here wasn't, if I remember, my Thursday and Friday was pretty sucky, and then I played well on the weekend. But this is the hardest course we play, maybe outside of the U.S. Senior Open. So we know that going in. You're not going to shoot 18, 20 under par. This is and this is also 4 days. Remember, we're old, so 4 days for
3
us
days for you guys.
Yeah, we're usually 3 days. So 4 days helps string it out a little bit. I think the younger guys, and I'm one of the younger guys, have an advantage because this is a major. We're walking. We're not taking golf carts. On some of the knock on the Champions Tours that we get to take golf carts. So this is pure golf on a hard course.
At its finest, though. You want the course to bring out the best players and the best player to prove that he is the best over a 4 day span. It sounds like from everything we've read about this course and the history here, the best player usually comes out on top.
The guy that's playing the best in the last few years. Now, I go back to my TV days. I was doing the Bridgestone, the World Golf Championship. One of the it was a World Golf Championship when Tiger won it all the time. And I did this event 4 or 5 times, a couple for Golf Channel and CBS. So I'm familiar with the golf course, and I've played it, obviously, but it's a great challenge. And right now, it's obviously the 3 Steves and Bernhard are playing the best.
Yeah.
Bernhard really took it to the younger guys a couple weeks ago at the Senior Open. I didn't play that week. We were celebrating a birthday, but it looked like a tough golf course, and you have to put it in the fairway, and that's what this golf course is all about. And look at Jerry Kelly, hits a lot of fairways. Steve Stricker's playing unbelievable. He's one here, and the other Steve, Stephen Ames is a really good player too. So, you got to play well.
Do you have a favorite hole on this course? And if the answer is yes, I want that and your least favorite hole.
Well, I think my favorite hole is probably the famous 16th. I think they moved the tee up for us 1 or 2 days, and if it's firm, you can get down the hill and go for the green in 2, par 5. I really don't have a least favorite hole. I think probably the hardest hole is number 4. the fairway's got so much tilt in it that it's hard to keep the ball on the fairway. So, and it's long. It's like 460 yards. So, for us, this is probably the best test we have all year. So you have to drive it well.
So the South course is called the Monster. Have you ever played the North course here?
I did in college.
How does that compare to the South course?
North is a little more water, and not as long on some holes. It's certainly the par fours aren't as long, but the North's a great challenge. The West is a great golf course. I understand they had a qualifier over there yesterday, and guys played pretty well for qualifying for the British Senior. But they're all three. I mean, it's just kind of a golfer's paradise down here.
Can't beat it. We're in beautiful Akron, Ohio. This is the golf paradise. When I think of golfing, if Akron's not the first hound that pops into mind, I don't know what you're doing.
Really? LeBron? Yeah. You don't think of LeBron when you think of
Akron? No, I think of the Kaulig Companies Championship. Why would you ever think of anything else?
Okay.
It's essentially put LeBron out of business now that he's in Cleveland. It's actually the 9-year anniversary of LeBron coming back to Cleveland, though, today.
Is it really?
It is, ironically. Okay. But Akron now belongs to Kaulig. That's just how the rules work. I don't make the rules. I just tell you how it is.
I love it.
I got two more things for you here,
sure,
Matt. One, key to a successful 4-day run for you. Is it staying in the fairway off the drive? Making your putts is obviously a key in any tournament, but for you particularly, what is the key over this 4-day stretch for you to shoot a successful tournament here?
Being that it's 4 weeks since I've last competed, I have to get off to a pretty good start Thursday. Not meaning the first 3 holes. I have to have a good, solid opening round. My expectations aren't high, but this is not a golf course you can make up a lot of shots on. Yeah. So, if I can shoot around even par or something on Thursday and then build into that over the weekend, then I'll have a chance. If I struggle on Thursday, then it's going to be a long week. But, I'm driving it well. I'm doing a lot of good things, and my putting's always been my strength. So if I can limit the damage off the tee and hit a lot of greens, I can play pretty well around here.
How often do you give non-professional golfers some tips on how to improve their game?
All the time.
Well then, hey, Steve, can we see Tyvis's golf swing real quick? We have a professional here that wants to let us see how you swing. Steve, pull up tag when you're ready. This is Tyvis. He played in the NFL for a few years. Watch his club. The ball's still here.
Uh-oh.
It's not his club either, by the way. He borrowed that from his buddy.
Okay. Pro athletes get a lot of stuff for free, so I'm wondering if he got free clubs. Holy shit. That is – wow.
What about the swing? The form. Look at the form.
I'm glad to see him out playing, though. We love the athletic community always seems to bond, and golf's the easiest way to do that. When I was doing TV for CBS, the Hall of Fame was always going on the same week. And I'd go down to Canton Brookside and play. And a lot of the Hall of Famers, I knew a few of the guys. Marcus Allen was a Kansas City Chief. I'm a Kansas City guy. And I played with Marcus in a couple of pro-ams. And to see all the athletes out at Canton Brookside playing golf, it was really cool. I mean, some of these guys can flat out move it. Now, Tyvis, he's got some problems there. He's going to have to hold on to that club a little stronger.
Matt, have you ever had a club unintentionally wind up in the water like that?
Never. I got to see this again. Everything looks pretty good. The setup looks great.
Thank you.
And then,
thank you. The setup is all you
and
were
then it
supposed
went
to
to hell
focus
after
on.
that.
You're supposed to focus on the setup. That's it. The
setup was great.
Thank you.
Jesus Christ. This is tremendous.
Yeah, he could tackle.
That should have about 2 million views on YouTube right there. That is tremendous.
Oh man!
Next time we take a shot, Tyvis, you can see the National Championship Defensive Player of the Year trophy behind him. So he is a very coordinated athlete. This is just not his best moment. But Matt, appreciate you taking some time to join us, and best of luck the next couple of days here at the Kaulig Companies Championship.
All right, appreciate it. Yep,
Thanks so much, Matt.
All right, appreciate it. Holy cow.
Hey, bro. This is turned out to be so wildly. It's turned out to be so wildly entertaining, bro. These pros is like, I cannot.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
This man just gave a club away. Oh my goodness, man. See, Tyvis, man, listen.
It's really not as bad as he made it sound.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's really not
I'm trying
that
to think
bad.
of a football comp equivalent to this.
The crazy thing is literally like a week or two later, Garrett Wilson went to Topgolf and he threw his club out the feet.
Man, listen, I will say this. It's the equivalent of a football player getting an interception and running the wrong way and scoring a touchdown and then spiking it.
That would be bad.
No, because at least you got the interception, so you did something right. There was nothing right about
the swing was good. What you mean?
He said the setup was good.
Everything was good. It's just I missed the ball. That's all.
That means the swing was not good.
I took my eye off the ball.
Well, I will say, you did take your eye off the ball, but a team that has not taken their eye off the ball, if you can call it that, is the Cavs Summer League team. Now, mind you, there's a bunch of guys that probably won't make this team, but I will say the Cavs have a couple of names that we're familiar with. Isaiah Mobley, the brother of Evan Mobley, has been playing very well. But the question and the big surprise last night in the game was Sam Merrill. I think he set the record for three-pointers in in Summer League. I think he was how many threes did he hit yesterday? 8? I think it was 8.
Yeah, I'll look it up 1 second.
I think it was 8.
I think it's 8 for 11.
He's 8 for 11 from 3. So he wasn't missing. It was all net. He's been a guy, and I did not notice. Evidently, he was the MVP. Not the MVP, but he was the first pick overall in the G League.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had a draft.
I didn't either. McNuggets said that to us yesterday, and I was like,
let's get into this. Obviously you got Emoni Bates, obviously Sam Merrill, and but basically, we talk about Emoni Bates and Sam Merrill. When it comes to Summer League, what are you looking for, right? If you're gonna watch Summer League, does any of that count? Just the same way, like if you're talking about training camp for a young kid, does anything in training camp for you, Tyvis, count compared to the other guys?
I think for me, I hate Jason, first of all, because I just know your answer. For me, when I watch Summer League games, I look at the flow. Can they run the offense? Do they make the right decisions when they have the ball? And, for Emoni Bates, we went over it yesterday with McNuggets. It was times where he did bad things, but it was some times where he knew what to do in certain situations. And I think as he keeps going, it's getting better and better. Obviously, for us, the first game, we wanted him to come in, and I told you my expectation was 15. He got 16 points. But he didn't have no assists. He wasn't really getting his teammates involved. He was really just catching and firing the thing. And he was doing this same little pullback and shooting it. And then game 2, you see him, swing the ball around a couple of more times. But he still took some bad shots. And I think when you watch this last game, he shot the ball more confidently. He swung the ball a lot more. He only finished with 1 assist. But he swung the ball around, so they're in his ear telling him what he needs to do to get better, and you can see that he's trying to apply it to there. His shot was just falling yesterday. His shot was crazy yesterday. So I think ultimately what I'm finding out about Emoni Bates is it's a kid who wants to learn. He wants to get better, and he's trying to apply it to his game, but he's not losing who he is inside of that as well.
Yeah, I like the way you approach this, and Jason.
I don't want to hear what he says.
Now, I'm going to pose it a different way, right? I'm going to pose it a different way.
Because if you say, does Summer League mean anything? No, it doesn't. I don't want to hear him say that.
From a standpoint of, you got a kid. The MO on the kid was he's not playing basketball the right way. He has some issues. It's going to take some time for him to, grow and gel or grow up in front of your eyes. But when you listen to Kobe and JB talk about him in some of those interviews, and they say we're not trying to put any pressure on him, we're just gonna let him grow, come along slowly. Are you encouraged by that approach, and also seeing that obviously they are talking to him about the way he plays the game, and he's trying to make conscious efforts to do that because you see it in this game on the court. Is that something that is valuable?
Yeah, when Kobe's saying that, he's telling you he's not going to play for us this year. That's what he's telling you. Mm-hmm. And I'm not trying to tell you that Emoni Bates is never going to be a productive NBA player. I'm not going to cap a kid at 19 at what he can and can't do, put a ceiling on what he can and can't do. I'm pessimistic that he'll ever be an actual contributor, but he's got a lot of learning and growth to do. But I'm like this year, people talking about this year, he's going to be the starting small forward, or he's going to be. No, he's not. If you go back and look at the history of second-round picks, even Draymond Green, even Jokic, these guys don't play their first year. Very, very little, very sparingly, because they got a lot to learn. There's a reason that they were picked where they were. Now, that doesn't mean that they can't learn and develop and grow into something in year 2, 3, 4. Sam Merrill's a good example. Max Strus in Miami was that guy at one time, and it took 3-4 years for these guys to sort of figure it out and put it together. Sam Merrill's now had 3 years in the NBA. That's a much different. I mean, Sam Merrill, I think, is like 26 years old. Emoni Bates is 19. Like, just think about that, the difference in 7 years. So, I mean, listen, could Merrill come in and help them at some point this year? I'd have more faith in that than I would Emoni Bates right now, just because Merrill's been around for a few years now. If it's going to work for him, now's when it's going to work. Going into, I think, year 4. Like, if he doesn't figure it out now, I think he's like 27 years old and going into year 4. If Merrill doesn't figure it out now, it's probably not going to happen. But I just think that there's, if you want to look at one guy in Summer League and say, okay, well, who's it going to be? I don't think it's Emoni Bates. I just think there's too much to learn. He doesn't play the game the right way. We told you this was going to happen. We told you he's going to go ball out in Vegas because it's set up for hoopers like him. Doesn't mean he can play within the context of the NBA. Doesn't mean he understands team basketball, because he doesn't. That's what he has to learn this year. And then let's see how this year goes. And we'll come back in a year or two and see if he can be a useful piece. I just don't see it happening right now.
So let me ask you this. Does he touch the floor this year as a Cleveland Cavalier?
Sure, possibly.
So you think
maybe,
he does get some
but
minutes?
there's a difference in getting a couple garbage time minutes and being a contributor.
Oh, I'm not talking about the contributor
yeah.
part. I'm not there either.
I mean, if I don't think he's going to start the year. He's going to start the year in Canton. He's going to play in the G League, and maybe as a reward, if he does everything the right way, if he does what they expect him to, what they want him to do, at some point there's going to be injuries, there's going to be opportunities. Maybe you bring him up and give him a couple minutes just as a reward, but I'm not expecting anything of significance.
When they start like training camp,
yeah,
is he with the Cavs?
Oh yeah,
or is he with Canton?
No, he's with the Cavs for the start of training camp.
And then once they break off,
and then they'll send him down.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll send him down.
Well, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna set this up and ask you this real quick. Do you think the reason people are excited about Emoni Bates is because of his game, or because of his name?
His name in the high school and where he was ranked in high school. That's what has everybody so excited. If Jonathan Krause had that game the other night, would people be as excited? No. But it's because that they see the potential in him. I'm just telling you, I talked to teams that had him on their do not touch list. Like, more than one team had Emoni Bates on the we aren't touching that guy. So there's a long, and that doesn't mean that he can never be a productive pro. I'm just telling you, if you're expecting him to be a contributor on this team this season, you're going to be sorely disappointed.
Here's what I'll say. I'll say this. I'm a firm believer in the fact that you can surprise people. I'm going to be honest with you. When I came into the game, there was like, Tyvis know what it is. Sometimes you can come into a place and you might not even be highly heralded or nothing, right? But what you can do, you can work on your game.
Yeah.
And one of the things I do think that sometimes when things happen in your life, it wakes you up and says, okay, these people don't believe that I can do it. And there's a lot of GMs out there that may not believe in what the kid can do.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when you have an opportunity to show up, and he only had 3 opportunities so far, he showed me something in those 3 opportunities. His game has been different each and every game.
Yep.
And one way that I can look and say is, all right, yeah, this ain't the regular season, but every single time that you play, you have an opportunity to prove people right, or you got an opportunity to prove people wrong. Now, if I look at his game, I like his name. The name is cool. But one thing that you can't deny is when you see some of the tough shots that people have to make in the playoffs, that kid can take and shoot those shots.
Yeah, and that's what I like about him as well.
That's what I like.
I think, to be honest with you, if he's played in the Cavs game, as a rookie, as a second-round pick, there's guys out there that might be like nervous or timid. I don't think he'd be that at all. I think he'd take that ball and he'd shoot it as soon as
he'd shoot
Darius
it.
or somebody gave it to him. He'd letting it fly.
Oh, he'd shoot it.
Be quiet.
And you said, but here's the thing. I think the ceiling, people because they compared him to Durant, they're like, oh, no. If you compare him to J.R. Smith.
That's what I said.
J.R. Smith, if you look at it, he's a high school guy, came out really touted. He's made some bonehead. He took bad shots. But guess what? As time went on, he got with the right people. He got under LeBron. He learned to be a more valuable defensive player, and he learned to shoot.
And you know how long it took him? About 12 years and 4 teams to get there. And he was a first-round pick.
And he
like
still,
a high first-round
He
pick.
still messed up in the finals game.
And forgot to score.
Yeah. But he's the champion.
But
I digress.
and to the question you asked Tyvis about, like, comparing it to training camp. In training camp, you have actual NFL players. Summer league, I mean, you have high first-round picks, obviously, but 85% of guys in summer league are never going to be actual contributors in an NBA game. They're going to be in the G League. They're going to be in Europe. They're going to be out of basketball. So it's really hard to compare. Yeah, the step-back shot that he hit was great. Now make that shot when Kevin Durant's guarding you. It's a completely different.
We get that.
You can't compare what he's doing in Vegas to what happens in an NBA game because the talent on the floor, the speed of the game moves so much faster in the NBA as compared to summer league, and just the overall talent, and it's an impossible comparison to make.
The things that when I watch Emoni Bates, it's not the shot. We know he got the shot. I like his step back move. I know that's there. What I want him to do is he got to get stronger. He got to get some more bounce in his jump, because for you to be 6'9" and you barely getting up there, that's a problem to me. And I think he just needs to be stronger on defense, because there's sometimes that he's not afraid to put his body in there, but they like throwing him out the way as well, and I don't like that part either. I mean, you going up against guys like you might switch off and have to check LeBron, or you might have to switch off and have to check Giannis for a play or something like that, and they could just back you down and knock you out the way. Obviously, there's no point in you being out there. So I think that he needs to get stronger, and he needs to, basically should get stronger and get some more bounce in his game.
He will get stronger.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to come.
Look
He's,
at,
19? Yeah,
this is the only time I'll ever use Giannis and Emoni Bates in the same
There
sentence.
you go. Go ahead and get to it.
But look at
disrespect.
Look at Giannis's rookie year.
Despicable that you even could say this.
The jersey was hanging off his bones.
Use Kevin Durant.
but I mean, he's 19. He's got so much growing yet to do. They get him in the training program, strength and conditioning program. He is going to get bigger. I don't know about the balance. I think that is what it is at this point. Guys,
you can get
plyometrics.
I say you can get some bounce.
Guys don't become high flyers.
No, I ain't saying that, but he got to be a little bit better than that.
You got to get you on some plyometrics, bro. Like here's I'm gonna just keep it real with you. I can see that what I look at is upside. I believe that in the NBA, if you got somebody that's a hard worker and a nice solid guy, yeah, you can contribute. But what's your ceiling? I'm looking for ceiling guys in the second round.
Absolutely.
I need to do, even if you ain't no good, I'm going to take a flyer. Like, put it to you like this. Non-traditional dudes like Lofton. Kenneth Lofton, I liked him coming out of Louisiana Tech. He's undersized. He's about 6'4". But at the end of the day, they found a good value pick in a guy. He was undrafted. Ended up scoring 42 points at the end of the year. He's a guy that they're investing in, and they're working with him slowly. So for me, I like these types of moves, and I like the fact that I want the Cavs to be the guardians of the NBA. I want them to be able to find some of these second-round guys and develop them so you don't have to pay Max Strus $84 million or whatever. Maybe you can find your own guy and keep him in 60, okay, right? But, to me, I just think that he's shown me growth the first 3 games. I'm going to continue to see some growth. Now, here's the thing. That 21.
I just want the Cavs to have somebody that they developed that they can play in the playoffs, because Dean Wade was not – he fell out. Said he came in, but, it wasn't what you thought he would be. And Lamar Stevens didn't give you anything either. So you had these guys who contributed during the season, but once playoff came and you needed a bucket from somebody outside of Darius, Donovan, or your core 4, you didn't have anybody. And I think that's what Emoni Bates, that's why everybody's excited about Emoni Bates, because he does hit those tough shots. Hold on, before you go, I need to address one thing, because I took a peep in the chat. The reason I'm wearing a leg sleeve is because my knee was hurting this morning. That's the reason that I'm wearing the leg sleeve. So all y'all in the chat
Tyvis came in there ready to hoop.
With what y'all talking about right now.
They got the T-Mac sleeve on.
I'm 29. I done played football. My knee is hurting, so I had to put a sleeve on to keep it compressed.
But let me ask you this question. You know what?
I was in Vegas all weekend. I need 2 of those in the back brace and my neck brace.
Yeah, my knee is killing me this morning.
I had something coming to mind. I'm leaving it alone. But let me ask you this. Look, I think people is also thirsty because we got Isaac Okoro. He's a 5th overall pick. And besides defense, he can't do nothing better than Emoni Bates. Tell me he can't.
Wait a minute. He had a nice stint where he was going crazy. He had a game-winning trade. Look, that don't move the knee.
I would take Isaac Okoro over Emoni.
Nah, I ain't taking him. No.
I can't believe I
Right.
Right now,
I don't know. I don't know about that one, Jason. That's tough.
I am not taking Isaac Okoro.
No means an Okoro.
And you are not an Okoro fan. But I'm saying this: the only thing now you can look at it.
That's tough.
That's why fans be excited. Because the things that we miss so much, when you see them dudes open in the corner, when you see Lamar Stevens in the corner, you're like, oh, hell no. Like when you see a Okoro pulling up,
I was good for a while. He had like a good 3 weeks where he was locked in.
He's a better shooter.
Bates is by far a better shooter.
He has more length. I don't know if he can use it right now because he get bullied. Isaac Okoro by far is a way better defender. He has he's more quick with his body.
Let me ask you this question. Is Emoni Bates and Sam Merrill the best 11 and 12 players on the Cavs roster currently?
I don't know. I got to go through the list. I guess I'll get around to answering that. But Strus is your starting
You had to look
3.
at the watch.
It's buzzing. I was trying to
So the 5 is you throw Strus in, he's starting, right?
Strus is your starting 3.
Okay.
So we know who the other 4.
Yeah, we got
Strus is your 5.
Okay, so we got 5.
Karis LeVert off the bench.
That's 6.
Yang off the bench.
7.
That's 7. Rubio, I think, is going to get first opportunity.
Yep.
Is 8.
Yep.
I guess Okoro and Dean Wade become 9 and 10.
9 and 10. So you got 2 spots.
But you also, who the other center we just got?
Yeah, he's not going to play.
But is he going to take up a roster spot?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's 11.
So that's 11. So if you had to give one of them the spot, you giving it to Sam.
Well, you got 2-way contracts and still, and there's
So he got a 2-way deal, and I think somebody else there's Isaiah Mobley got a 2-way deal.
Yeah, and I'm
I forgot about him.
I haven't asked anyone about Isaiah in quite a while, but when they signed him, the feeling around the league was, well, that's just a favor to Evan.
I told him, I said, I hope this ain't the his boy, he's gonna have to. For him to be OB, Rob,
it is not happening. But here's the benefit. How the Cavs can't handle it. So they had one in building. He knows he's I hate what it's to do. He was around you'll be around professional players. He will be around players. They have it all together there. All the charge first and all everything is has everything else everything
Everybody going maybe 15 days.
Crazy. Funny because this is night, little. I like to happen like in my areas like this.
We're not on it. You can we're working the issue. We're working the issue.
This shit is really
They can't hear us. He said,